and welcome. I'm Rish, co-founder and CEO of SuperWorld, a virtual world in augmented reality where creativity and entrepreneurship come together on one decentralized platform. From the Empire State Building to the Sydney Opera House to some of the more obscure places on Earth, in SuperWorld, our world is yours. Yours to buy, yours to sell, yours to create, and yours to explore. SuperWorld is mapped on top of the real world to create over 64 billion unique plots of land, with each plot measuring roughly 100 meters by 100 meters of real-world space. To give you an idea, one plot of SuperWorld AR real estate is about the size of Yankee Stadium. Ready to get started? Find land to cultivate for its strategic real estate location as a digital asset or that holds sentimental value for you. Buying and selling virtual real estate in SuperWorld is easy, as all transactions take place securely on the Ethereum blockchain, and every plot of land is represented by a non-fungible token on the ERC 721 standard. Personalize your world in AR through interactive 3D objects, animation, photos, videos, and text to truly make a world of your own. Ready to find your peace on Earth? Join us in SuperWorld.
Hello, everybody. It's great to have all of you here. My name is Marta, and together with the co-founder and CEO of SuperWorld, Rish, we're going to introduce you to SuperWorld, as well as we're going to talk today about a very special topic, building digital twins for commercial real estate, together with our guest, Matt Mercadou, who is going to tell us in detail why should we think about the future of digital twins and how can you already implement this today in your life. Of course, as every week, we're going to introduce you to our special offers. And yeah, maybe you would like to say a quick hello to our audience, Rish.
Hey, it's great to be here again for another Super World show live. I'm really excited about this topic and to have our good friend and partner, Matthew from Magma on the show. And we're going to be covering the topic very in depth about digital twins. So if anyone here has ever wondered, what is a digital twin? How can I build a digital twin? Why do I want to build a digital twin? And how is that going to help you if you own physical real estate? We're going to be answering all those questions tonight. We're going to be going very in depth on how you can build a digital twin in SuperWorld and how that's going to enable you to manage and operate your property, and how that's going to enable you to really, hold your data and to be able to really increase the value of what you own in the physical world and bring, the physical world and your virtual life together. And that's a big part of our mission at SuperWorld. And we're very proud to partner with Magma and to have Matthew here to talk more about our partnership and the ability for all of our super citizens to now build digital twins in SuperWorld. So excited for today's topic, and it's great to be here.
Okay, thanks, Rish. So as always, for the beginning, for the new people joining us today, I would ask you to drop a quick introduction of yourself and what you've achieved so far.
Sure. So a little bit of my background. Again, I've kind of done a variety of things that have brought me to, being part of SuperWorld and founding SuperWorld with my co-founder, Max Woon. But I started off my career in management consulting, moved over into investment banking. I was at UBS and HSBC. Started off my career at UBS in real estate investment banking. So come from the physical real estate world. Then got into venture capital at Spencer Trust Ventures in New York, worked for an amazing guy named Adam Stern, who's also an investor in SuperWorld, learned a lot from him, and then ended up going over to Eastern Europe and starting a fund called East Labs in Eastern Europe and Ukraine back in 2011. got involved in early stage investing in early stage startups. And then after that became the first biz dev early employee at TopTal, which is a talent marketplace backed by Andreessen Horowitz. After that, and right before SuperWorld, started Rogue Initiative Studios, which is a film, television, gaming, and virtual reality studio in Los Angeles. My co-founder had produced Call of Duty, Modern Warfare series, and Ghosts. And my production partner there is Michael Bay, the action director. And what I learned from that experience is, a Michael Bay movie and a Call of Duty game are really built in engines, right? Unreal Engine, Unity Engine, you can build anything in an engine. And what happened was Pokemon Go had come out about 6 years ago. We saw all these people running around the world looking for Pokemon. And we thought to ourselves, you know what? How could we empower anyone to be able to build a virtual world on top of the real world? In other words, how could we give anyone the tools to create, discover, and monetize virtual world and create world and content anywhere in the world? And that was kind of the vision of SuperWorld.
Okay, thanks, Rish. So, sorry, I just need to first see the slide. So yes, let me quickly introduce you to the agenda of today. So first, we're going to explain to you what SuperWorld is, together with a small demo around SuperWorld. Then to tell you about the special offers that we have prepared for you guys this week. And then we're going to invite Matthew on the stage, and he's going to talk about digital twins and Magma. And finally, in the end, we'll have a Q&A when we're going to ask your questions, answer your questions about SuperWorld. What is going to be very helpful for us is that if you whether you drop the questions earlier in the chat, it's going to be very convenient for us to already have something prepared in the end. But of course, if you don't have any questions yet, that's no problem. And yes, guys, feel free to also let us know where you're watching us from. Also, if you have any impressions during the session, please also drop them in the chat. We will be happy to see you guys interact with us during the session. So feel free to write us whatever you want during the session. So please, Rish, tell us about SuperWorld.
So SuperWorld's a virtual world covering Earth. It's all around us. We're in it right now. And, the question I ask myself and we ask ourselves at SuperWorld is, what if you could build a virtual world that could enhance your real life? And how could you build a virtual world in a decentralized way that actually could improve Earth and enhance humanity? So our mission and our vision is to improve your real life. In other words, how can we help you build a livelihood using these technologies? How could we enable you to do what you love? And then collectively, how could we build a virtual world mapped on top of the real world that improves Earth itself and enhances humanity? And so that's our mission. And again, what SuperWorld is a virtual world mapped on top of the real world, which enables anyone to create any type of content anywhere. So if I come to New York or LA or Tokyo or Madrid, anywhere in the world, you could say, Rish, check out my world. And I could walk around and you've left me things. You've left a hologram of yourself somewhere, taking me on a tour of your favorite neighborhood. You've left me photos and videos in different places. You've left VR content that I could click on and go into a VR experience. Or you've left 3D objects I could click on and go inside of a home or click on and buy something. You could personalize the real world in augmented reality. And the key is the content could be of any sort: VR, AR, 3D, 2D, audio, anything, anywhere. And I have a world and you have a world and brands have worlds. And then we divided Earth into 64 billion properties, 0.01, 0.01 longitude, latitude, covering Earth. So you can buy any location on Earth and you're buying geospatial media assets covering Earth at those locations. Each one's about $62 in today's pricing, about 100 Matic. And if you buy those locations, you can activate monetization from advertising, e-commerce, digital commerce, data, analytics, gaming, DeFi, and more ways to come. And so the idea is that you can become a stakeholder in different locations on Earth, and you can benefit from monetization and activity that's happening there, and activate that monetization. So again, that's kind of a high level on SuperWorld and how it works. We're excited to go into more detail on tonight's SuperWorld show.
Yeah, and also we still have enough time. You can feel free to show us a quick demo of the SuperWorld for the new viewers.
Sure. So I'll walk you through some of SuperWorld right now. So again, showing off the real estate, this is how this works. You can, again, click anywhere on the map. Anything you see in blue has already been purchased. So when you zoom out, if I'm looking at New York City, for example, looks at about like 500 properties have been bought in this area. Zoom in, anything in blue has been purchased. Again, if you want to buy one of those properties, you have to make an offer. If you click here on something that's unpurchased, everything unpurchased is 100 Matic, which is $63 in US pricing. And then if I click on one of these orange properties, this is an example of a property that's been listed for resale. So again, you can price a property that's been listed for anything you want. It's your property. This one's priced at $118,000. So again, zooming out, you see all these numbers. These are properties that are being bought up all over the world, right? So you can zoom out and find places in the world that you love. We've made a partnership with Sports Illustrated, where they've added 250,000 live sports, concerts, and theater events to SuperWorld. So just to show you something interesting is if I zoom in on the map here, okay, and I'm going to show you an example of, let's say, any one of those live concerts or sporting events. If I zoom in here, it looks like there's a rock concert at Gramercy Theater. So if I click there, now, if I come and buy, if anyone buys tickets to this event, and if you own the virtual real estate in this location, you also monetize from that ticket sale, right? So I'm going to a live event in this location, but you're a fan of either this band, or you're a fan of this location, or you're a fan of events. So you buy this location and you're benefiting from the monetization that happens on ticket sales. So you're a stakeholder in this location, and you can share that concert. And in this case, it's one concert, but it could be, other things that happen at this location as well. So you can add augmented reality content to real world locations, right? So again, content of any sort, but here's an example of something.
See, so now?
So if you go to the side, is it gonna lay a big spiral?
Uh-huh, yeah, see? Oh.
Right. So you can add any type of content anywhere in augmented reality. Right. So you see people just leaving content all over the map. But the point is this content could be AR, it could be VR, it could be a link, it could literally be anything you want. So you're not limited in what it can be. And then if you're in those locations, you can pull out your phone and see that content live, or you can zoom in SuperWorld and see it in 3D as well. And we're launching a feature soon where you're going to be able to click and jump into the map. We already have that, so it's coming very soon. But the idea is you can see content in 3 ways: in 3D, in person, on the map, or jump into the map and see 3D. That's coming very soon. But that's how it works. You can sell NFTs in real world locations. And then, today we're going to talk about the ability to create digital twins. You just come here and press the create button, And that's how you can create anything you want.
Okay, thanks, Resh. So moving forward, let's introduce people to this week's offers that we have prepared for them.
Sure. Hey, Stuart. What's going on, man? Hi from Edinburgh. Yeah, so every week we highlight a new city. And this week we're highlighting Phoenix, Arizona. So if you're a fan of Phoenix, if you've spent time in Phoenix, definitely come over to Phoenix and SuperWorld this week, because there's lots of awesome properties that are available. And we've never highlighted Phoenix before, so it's actually a really good spot. If you have not bought property in SuperWorld and you know Phoenix at all, definitely take advantage of this. You can get buy 3 properties, get 2 bonus plots anywhere in the world, or buy 20 properties in Phoenix and get 15 bonus properties anywhere in the world. So if you love Phoenix, if you went to school in Phoenix, you travel to Phoenix, you have opportunities or ideas in Phoenix, definitely take advantage of the Phoenix offer this week. Yep. And we always have a super offer for any first-time customers. Buy your first plot anywhere in the world in SuperWorld, and you'll get a bonus plot. Plus, you'll get benefits worth around $1,100. So we have a digital twin consultation, which you'll hear more about digital twins tonight. We have access to SuperWorld events. We have access to SuperWorld School, where you can get information and education on the technologies that we cover, immersive tech, Web3, and AI, and the bonus property, as I mentioned. So it's a really great way to start your journey into SuperWorld. Again, buy 1 plot, get a bonus plot, along with other offers and benefits that come along with that. We call it our super offer. So it's a great way to start and get involved in SuperWorld. And we usually, when there's an event going on in the blockchain world or in the Web3 or technology world, we usually have a flash sale. And so today is the start of our Barcelona flash sale because of European blockchain conference that's happening, blockchain convention. So come over to Barcelona, and it's buy 1, get 1 free for virtual real estate in Barcelona. So you can buy 1 plot in Barcelona and you get a bonus plot anywhere in the world. So take advantage of the Barcelona sale. Barcelona is such an amazing international city, lots of stuff happening there. So definitely come over and take advantage of that this week. All deals go till Sunday night.
And now I would like to, sorry, 1 second. So now I think it will be the right moment to bring Matt on stage to start the topic of the week about digital twins and how they can be applied in commercial real estate. So,
hi guys.
Hello, Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Hello.
Great to see you.
Hello. How are you?
Doing well. Excited.
Excellent.
So yeah, please, Matt, feel free to continue with your presentation. Also, feel free to also quickly introduce yourself to the audience.
Yes. So my name is Matthew Mercadou. I am the CEO and co-founder of Magma, and Magma is a Web3 platform that allows any building owner to create a digital asset with its building using the digital twin as an informational database to create a unique digital asset that will be recorded on the blockchain and that will be used to perform operation on the buildings. And tonight I'm going to explain to you how to create a digital asset and why it's important for real estate, as we are really moving into a new era for real estate where everything is going to be digitized. So I will make a little presentation for you tonight, which I prepared. So I'm going to start giving you a little bit of context, because I think it's important to understand the big picture and why these technologies are so important as we are moving into a new era. It's not business as usual. We are switching from an analog economy to a digital economy. So most of you have noticed that everything we do today is digitized. Every action we take, whether it's in our business or in our personal life, leaves a digital trace somewhere. And the economy is going to be completely digitized in a very short period of time. We are also moving from what we call the linear economy to a circular economy, which I will come back after to explain why and what is a circular economy. We are moving also from an individualistic approach to an ecosystemic approach, from a user or tenant in a building that is in a district, that is in a region, that is in a city, or in a city, in a region, and in a country, and in a continent. So we need to have this ecosystem approach. Also, we are moving from a shareholder in companies to a stakeholder in digital assets. That's also a new model that's coming. And we are also coming from environmental laxity and a lot of greenwashing to really need to protect the planet. So all these elements make for big changes that are coming into the real estate world. And also, I want to touch a little bit on some macro for the real estate environment right now, because it's important also to understand what's happening. So the current situation for real estate right now, overall in all developed countries, is not looking so good. Actually, since COVID and remote working, a lot of people working from home has created vacancy in commercial real estate. Office, mainly in big cities, see as much as 40% vacancy in real estate. Also, you have the money printing that started also during COVID, and because of the war, that created inflation and that increased the cost of construction. So today, to build a building, it costs much more than a few years ago. So that's manufacturing costs and construction costs that are going up. In reaction to that, central banks had to increase interest rates, which is slowing the credit rate for consumer, because it becomes much more expensive now to borrow money to invest in real estate. So if you add on top of that the environmental crisis and the obligation for owners of building to retrofit their building to take in consideration the energy consumption, CO2 emission, there is very limited incentive right now to invest in real estate in the main developed countries. So big challenges are coming for real estate, and that's why very few new construction will come, and that means we are entering in a different cycle, which is going to be more circular. That's why we say we're coming into a circular economy, because we have to deal with the existing. We have to retrofit the existing buildings. We have to understand what we have in those buildings in terms of materials, in terms of furniture, in terms of assets, and we have to provide goods and services to the population with what we have. We are going to produce much less, and we are going to build much less in the coming 3 to 5 years. So that's why we need pioneers of this technology. We have a space that still needs to be conquered by human, which is the digital world. The digital realms still need to be conquered. So we need new tools that are collaborative and that are circular. And what I mean by that is that mainly data is going to be the main asset, the most valuable asset in the world. And that's why we created Magma, and we can use technology to service real estate and to solve some of the issues, or at least to maneuver during this period that we are going to see in the coming years. I don't want to be too alarmist, but that's what we have to deal with, and we have the tools to deal with that, and we can create also a more sustainable real estate that will create prosperity for a very long period of time. So we have Web3, which is the new iteration of the web. Web 1 was at the beginning, you could send an email, create a website, write or read something. Then you had the Web 2, which were the big platforms that were owned by the giants that found a way to monetize consumer data and selling data to one another. They were able to generate money, but they would give us the service for free, but monetize our data. And so we never get to benefit from it. So in Web3, it's really read, write, and own. That means now we have the ability, by creating digital assets, to own these assets. That's what Reed showed in SuperWorld. When you create an asset or you buy a lot, it's your land. Whatever happens in this land, you get to share the benefit of it. And this Web3 comes with digital wallets, digital IDs, tokens, smart contracts, virtual universe like SuperWorld. And so that's a very important tool for the next generation of real estate. Also, you have artificial intelligence, which means you can take data and make computation, make some assumption, and depending on the outcome, make some decision or run some computer programs. And then, most importantly, the digital twin, that's what we are going to talk about tonight. It's the digital representation of an asset. It can be any asset, a diamond, a car, a phone, a building. It can be descriptive, like static, just showing the asset, like pretty much when a developer shows his renderings, it's a descriptive. It can be analytics. You can pull information also, create dashboards, to know what you have in the building. And you can also program it so it can become predictive. You can predict the maintenance. You can predict a lot of things by plugging different softwares and systems in your building, like sensors for motion, sensors for air quality, temperature, water quality. You can have a property management system, a building operating system. So you can plug a lot of things in a building. That makes the digital twin. And then, of course, you have blockchain, which is the layer that will organize the governance on the data, which means who owns the data, who is going to profit from it, and at what condition it can be shared. So that's the combination of all that makes the new generation of real estate, really, and the next generation is going to be fully digitized. When there will be an upswing of this economic cycle or recovery, if we go to, I don't know if we're going to go to recession or not, but when there will be an upswing, one thing is for sure is that this upswing will be digitized. Money will be digital. Either central bank digital currency or decentralized currency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the crypto. So the money will flow on the assets that are transparent and that can communicate information about the assets, what it is, who it belongs to, who are the benefits paid to, can you change the asset, can you move the asset? All this information can be digitized. So I'm not the one saying that, I'm saying it, but also Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, is saying that the next generation for market, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of security. The Boston Consulting Group is evaluating at 16 trillion by 2030. That's about 2.3 trillion a year of tokenized assets. It's huge. And so why does Larry think, without play of word, think that? It's because the tokens are going to be the most reliable asset that you can invest in, because they can tell you a lot by their nature, and they can embed also the regulation. So what is tokenization? So tokenization is the act of creating a token in the blockchain. You have two types of token. Fungible token, those are cryptocurrencies, and non-fungible token. Those are unique digital assets that can prove the ownership of the digital asset. You saw it with the Bored Apes and the whole craze about the NFTs, but they were just about a JPEG and the ownership of a JPEG. Now we can take that to another level, and instead of a JPEG, you can have a digital representation of the asset. And you can also have all the metadata about this asset. So in a building environment, we will see that after, you can store a lot of data into an NFT. And so with Magma, we created a unique digital asset that we call the digital twin token that is shared with the stakeholder of a building. So a stakeholder is someone that has a stake in an asset. It can be the owner, the asset manager, the property or the facility manager. All the service providers can be the electrician, the plumber, the attorney, the architect, anyone that is providing service. The visitors of the tenants, observers, someone that wants to see the data room, for example, potential buyer. It can be the city that wants to have the fire exit or to see some information about the building, but not everything. And the financial institution. And so all these people, they will be working on one digital asset, and permission will be given to access the data. Not everyone sees everything. You only see what you are allowed to see, but together you create one instance, and that's in itself is a huge breakthrough for real estate and for the economy in general. So you take a real world asset, which is a building, and then you're going to create a digital copy of it in form of a token by putting the building data plus the digital twin, the representation of it, into a token. So the digital twin token is divided in 5 index layers. Each index layer corresponds to elements of the building. So the Genesis layer is only 2-dimensional information. As you can see here, it's 2D. That means contracts. It proves the existence, the ownership, the rent roll, the yield. You have the layouts of the building, the insurance, the conformity of use, everything you need to know about the building contractually. So we keep a copy of those, and we make an encryption on the blockchain of those documents to create the level 0. And then stakeholders can start creating the digital twin token with the 3D information. So the structure level is everything contributing to the stability of the building. Supporting wall, foundations. That's where when you look at it, you can tell if you can build an extra floor, for example. Then you have architectural layer, which is everything that is attached to the building. Your windows, your floor, your doors, anything attached to the building. Then the wired, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, all the fluids, internet, waste management, all that. And that's where you're going to find maybe energy performance contract, anything related to the equipment of the building. And then the last one, field, and that's one I think we could work on in SuperWorld, which is the furniture of the building. And so you can create NFTs with a furniture that you want to sell, or that you want to rent, or that you just want to showcase. So each object that you create in Magma, you create a little cardboard that will tell you information about the objects in the building. So if you have convectors or HVAC, you will have information about their serial number, all the information about their size, the brand, the height, and also toxicity, level of recyclability. Can I sell it? If in 5 years I'm going to do some refurbishment in my building, I might be able to sell some of the components. Carbon emission, of course, energy consumption, water quality, and well-being of the occupants. So users are given the opportunity to fill this information and create digital assets in the building. And we created a reward system. So that's also what comes with blockchain. And that's very interesting, is that we can reward people for their information. So people can input data in Magma. It goes, if the data is validated, that means the data exists, it's recorded on the DTT, and they receive a payment in form of tokens. They can use the payment to pay other services in the platform with the stakeholders that accept the token, or they can convert the token into governance token and own Magma. Because also it's very important that this infrastructure must belong to the users. So imagine the building as a cube, and that's your DTT that contains other cubes that are your objects. So we give opportunity to feed information about the objects. Once the object is qualified and the data is confirmed, it becomes part of the DTT, and people can find information about that. So imagine you will be on the map of SuperWorld and you're looking for a specific type of furniture or a disc collection or books or whatever item you can find in a building. If people have filled their information, you can find these items anywhere in the world. So that's a building that we are doing in Paris, France, which is a mixed-use building. Maybe Marta, you can maybe put the little video that we have with SuperWorld, so you
Yes,
have
sure.
an idea of what it looks like.
Let's do it.
We are excited to announce our partnership between SuperWorld and Magma, where we're enabling in the Magma filter on the SuperWorld map anyone to create a digital twin of their physical properties anywhere on Earth. Here's a demo of what that will look like in Paris, France. More exciting announcements about this partnership coming very soon. We look forward to having you join us in SuperWorld.
Yes, so imagine you have a building of historic significance, or you want to sell maybe apartments in the building or show simply for rent your space. You can add some layers to the 3D model. So here, for example, we add a scan layer to the ground floor. So you have your ground floor here. We scan the ground floor, and you can see here that the colored version is the scanned area. So you can go into the scan and visit the place, and you can click on an item. Here you have your convector. So you can have the technical view or the commercial view, which is more, picturesque. So the big picture would be to have a lot of digital twins connected, so you can communicate and share information about things that are in the buildings that can be either traded or rented. Buildings become data banks pretty much. And if you with your Sports Illustrated deal, when you own the land where there is an event and you buy your ticket through SuperWorld, you get a share of the revenues from Sports Illustrated. The same way here, if you own the land and you created value for the owner of the digital twin, you get to share the benefits with the owner of the building. So as an example, we want to offer for a super citizen that already own a land in SuperWorld. So you have two types, people that own the land in SuperWorld because they own the building already. So to those people, we want to offer a special deal. We will offer them a 20% discount on the digital twin token and we will offer them a basic 3D digital twin. So if you own the land and the building, you get a discount on the DTT and free basic digital twin for the 10 first customers. And if you own the land, but you don't own the property, we have a partnership with a company called Cupidus Virtual Real Estate with Elridge Lawrence, which I think is connected with us tonight, that will help us contact the real owner of the property to explain them the benefits of creating a digital asset on their property and to share the benefits with you, the owner of the land. And to our new users, our early adopters, we will buy them the land in SuperWorld so they can showcase their building in SuperWorld. So those are elements that you can create. You can create objects. They can be either simple or smart. Smart meaning they have much more detail. As you can tell in the window, you can have a lot of detail, or very limited. If you just need the information about the item, you go for simple. And that's our early adopter program. And you can, of course, contact us if you have any question.
Okay, thank you very much, Matt, for educating us about the digital twins and the entire process behind it, the entire idea behind it. Great work on the presentation. Thank you very much. Rish, you are on mute.
No, I said that was amazing. Thank you so much for walking everyone through that. Just the level of interest in this is so high that being able to learn about what are the kind of the macro aspects of the real estate market that make this a necessity for us to be able to, as real estate owners, be able to utilize this technology to not only add value to the properties that you own, but overall, to do things, I think, that are very beneficial for the planet, sustainability, and other things that are just great things to do, which will, again, become ways that you're going to add value to your property in general, but also how to operate and manage your property. So I think if anyone here listening to this, wants to learn more about that, definitely reach out, and we'll have a Q&A later. But, again, this is a lot of information. So again, thanks so much for going through it all.
Yes, that becomes really the creation of digital value that comes with a building. So now when you are going to sell your building, you will also sell this digital asset on top of the building. So that's really creating value for building owners.
Yes, so if you guys have any questions regarding the digital twins, then please drop them in the chat, and in the end of the session, which is coming shortly, we're going to answer your questions. And also feel free to go to Magma's link tree and get to know the Magma project more. So feel free to scan the QR code and go to their link tree. And I think that this is the right moment for us to move further with our session. Thanks again, Matt, for this amazing insight.
Thank you. I see there are some questions on the side.
Yes, I'm going to save these questions, and they will be answered during the Q&A session.
Okay.
So no worries. So now we're going to redo the offers of the week for the ones that joined us a little bit later.
Yeah, so every week we cover a new city in the world Sometimes we do cities over and over again if they're very popular. Phoenix, we've never done before. So if you love Phoenix, if you are from Phoenix, if you've been to Phoenix, went to school in Phoenix, you know how many awesome places there are there. And again, take advantage of the Phoenix offer. Buy 20 properties of virtual real estate in Phoenix, get 15 bonus plots anywhere in the world for free, as well as buy 3 in Phoenix and get 2 bonus plots anywhere in the world. So come over and check out Phoenix. And I looked, and there's a lot of places available there. So it's a good time to jump on Phoenix if you've not gotten property in SuperWorld. Phoenix is a great place to start. We have our super offer for first-time customers as well. So if you've never bought real estate in SuperWorld, buy your first plot, you get 1 bonus plot for free. So you can buy a first plot anywhere in the world, you get a bonus plot for free, plus benefits of $1,100. We'll have a digital twin consultation. We'll have access to our SuperWorld school, along with events, as well as a bonus plot of virtual real estate that comes with your first purchase. And this is for new customers only. And every time there's a Web3 related or technology related conference, we usually do a flash sale. And this week it's European Blockchain Convention in Barcelona. So buy one, get one free virtual real estate in Barcelona. You can buy one in Barcelona, you get a bonus plot of virtual real estate anywhere in the world. So if you love Barcelona, great time to buy virtual real estate there this week. This offer goes till Sunday night.
Okay, so I think that this will be the end of today's session. Again, thank you very much, everybody, for watching us. Thank you very much, Matt, for introducing us and educating us about digital twins. And now's the perfect moment for you, Rish and Matt, to just share with us some of your last thoughts, or just give us a recap of today's session, and then we'll move on to the Q&A session. If you guys have some questions in mind, please drop them here in the chat, and we're going to answer them right after.
Sure. Well, I'll go ahead and just again, as a recap, we talked about SuperWorld and explain SuperWorld. And what I was very excited about tonight is having Matthew from Magma talk about the power of digital twins. So if you're in the real estate world and you own physical property, this is a great opportunity to get into digital twin technology. So I'll let Matt kind of do the recap on that, but very exciting topic for everyone who's here tonight. If you're new to SuperWorld, I urge you to learn more about what we're doing, and excited to have you here in the chat.
Yes, thank you, Rich. Thank you, Marta, for this time. It was great to be with you. Yes, as a recap, I want to say that as a building has a unique physical address, they need to have a unique digital address where you store everything about the buildings. The building environment suffer from a lot of inefficiencies, because when you lose a service provider, you lose his work. You sometimes need to break some walls to find an electrical connection. You don't know what's the layout are. You lose a lot of information. There is a lot of waste in the real estate environment, and by creating a digital copy from the construction that you can use later on during the operation, and when you do retrofits and when you will sell the building, you really create value during the whole life cycle of the asset, and that causes a lot of efficiencies all along for everybody working in the asset. So by creating a digital asset, you really create a more sustainable real estate, and also new business model that are more sustainable and that will, protect the planet. And I think make every person in the building happy, because they will have better service and better buildings.
Okay, thanks, Matt. Also, I would like to, from my side, thank our audience for all the excitement and all the warm words that we received today during our session. We saw all of your wonderful comments and ideas that you guys have for yourself, for the digital twins, and for Magma and for SuperWorld. And let's get started with the Q&A. Then I'm going to now hide the presentation and starting with the first question. Hi from Edinburgh. Hi, Rush. Have you any examples of ROIs that have happened today? You're on mute, Rush.
Yeah, thanks. What's up, Stuart? Great to see you. Yeah, so again, I think the ultimate goal here for us as we think about ROI is that in SuperWorld you can become a stakeholder in real world locations. That's how the virtual real estate works. But the other ROI comes from the fact that you can create content, any type of content in real world locations, and be able to either market yourself or your business or to sell products, right? And so those products can be sold as content in a link that goes to a website or goes to your product, or also be sold as digital assets, as NFTs. And so in every one of those three categories, we see ROI and benefits for super citizens as well as for users that come to SuperWorld. So we've seen, ROI on the virtual real estate side with people coming and buying virtual real estate from owners of virtual real estate. Though I'd tell you that many of our owners of virtual real estate are very long-term oriented. So if you look on the map, many of the properties are blue. There's very few that are orange, meaning that most people are not yet selling or listing their properties. Again, that is a very long-term process there. There's 64 billion properties in the world and, lots of cities and places. So buying properties is a way of becoming a stakeholder in locations and then being able to, again, help us build alongside your community that you're bringing into SuperWorld. On the content creation side, again, we have lots of content examples, whether it's 3D or 2D or audio, 360 video, 360 photos. I think about 60% of our content in the last month has been more in the 3D side of that. So we see a lot more 3D content being created. But that 3D content, again, the goal there, and Matthew described this well in the case of digital twins, it's to see and to be able to imagine and envision products in a more compelling way. And so that leads to sales, that leads to customer conversations, that leads to conversions on your website. So that's another awesome way of getting ROI for your business, alongside selling NFTs. Now we've seen ROI from not-for-profits that have created NFT projects. Green Zone, who's one of our super citizens, has done a variety of beach cleanups using this technology. So, again, fostering their goals of recycling and amazing things they do on the platform. So there's lots of ways to, again, benefit either the community or go after a mission that you're very focused on. And then I'd bring up one more thing. We just launched business profiles at SuperWorld, which enables any business to create a business profile. And it's about $8 a month. But what that does for you is it increases the SEO of your website. So if you're running a business, regardless of where you're located, regardless of whether it's a virtual business or you have a physical location, if you have a website or some sort of web presence, come over to SuperWorld, create a business profile, and you'll see, and we're going to release a case study on this soon, you'll start seeing your SEO of that website increase because of the profile that you've created in SuperWorld. And more to come when we launch Worlds, which is a new feature that allows any user or brand that create their own map of the world, similar to what we've done with Sports Illustrated. So very excited about that, but just a tip of the iceberg in terms of what's coming in terms of ROI. So great question, and great to see you, Stuart.
Here's a question regarding buying digital twins, whether it is possible to buy the land and the building separately.
Yes. I mean, the building itself is a piece of physical real estate. So currently, we do not have the ability to do that in SuperWorld. That will be a future feature. So that will be coming. So you could, buy physical real estate in SuperWorld. But currently, what we're talking about when we talk about real estate is the virtual real estate. Now, if you're an owner of the physical real estate, as Matthew will talk more about, you can now build a digital twin or a digital twin token. And if you don't own the physical real estate, but you own the virtual real estate, our partners at CVRE will also contact the owner of the physical real estate. So again, Matthew covered some of that, but they are definitely separate purchases, the virtual real estate versus the physical building.
So here's also another question. Do I have to own the building outside of SuperWorld to own the building inside SuperWorld? I imagine that this is related to owning a building in real life compared to owning it in a virtual world.
Yeah. So to be clear, in SuperWorld, when you're buying virtual real estate, you're buying 0.01 longitude, latitude, covering Earth. So the virtual real estate is not a virtual building per se. You could build a building virtually there, but again, it's not a physical representation of the physical building unless you build a digital twin, which is what we're talking about tonight. So again, you would have to own the physical building, in this case with Magma, to build a digital twin of that building. And that's what we're talking about. If you're a physical real estate owner, you can build a digital twin.
And I want also to point out that Magma will only be a layer of SuperWorld. You will still have your layer with that you showed earlier. Magma will be another layer with actual buildings that you can navigate either or. So if you want to be inside real buildings, you go into Magma. If you want to be in the virtual world when you can see virtual reality and some other more funny stuff, it's in the other filter.
Yeah, that's right. So again, how SuperWorld works is there's an unlimited number of filters that could be created on the world. So you have the ability to create your own filter of the world, and the Magma filter will have all of the things that was discussed tonight in terms of digital twins.
So here are actually two questions. So feel free to answer one after the other. There is a question about the low code, no code options, both for SuperWorld and Magma, and as well as creating digital stores where there isn't a physical store.
Yeah, sure. So great question, Arfi. Again, the new low code, no code option, it enables our virtual real estate owners to build a 3D representation of anything, really. So, again, it could be a store, a gallery. It could be, you could have a Shopify store and you want to build a store that's virtual, right? That's the idea behind it. It's really easy to build. It's not a replica per se of a physical store or building. That's what we're talking about today with Magma. What Magma is doing is an exact replica of physical real estate. So the low code, no code option is a way of creating a really easy, a virtual store or gallery or experience. And again, that applies to creating a digital store where there isn't a physical store. So that's exactly right.
Matt, would you like to add anything to it?
No, that's pretty clear. We build for actual buildings, people that want to showcase what they really have in the real life, and this one is more for creating a virtual store. So that's a different option.
Is there a way to view a full-blown, high-detail, maximum effort example of a Magma digital twin? So I guess like the most creative one that you have guys ever prepared.
We are actually launching the prototype. The one that you saw is the one that we are launching. So you can contact me if you want me to show you more detail about it and more information about how it works.
Thanks, Alex.
How would you resolve land ownership between the 10,000 square meter plot of land on one filter with the actual land building footprint on another filter?
So basically, the virtual real estate is owned across every filter, right? So for example, if I own 0.01, 0.01 longitude, latitude on Earth at a specific location, I can activate monetization from advertising, digital commerce, e-commerce, gaming, analytics, data, decentralized finance, anything that's monetizing from the unlimited number of filters that are created in that location. So there's no reason you need to resolve any land ownership. You would own that across all of the filters.
Yeah, one would be owned in a filter, the other one in another filter.
Yeah, you would own it in every filter. If you're talking about virtual real estate in SuperWorld, that's what we're talking about, right? Did I understand the question correctly?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Yeah. That's what it means, is just to be clear, in SuperWorld, when you buy real estate, you benefit from all of the filters that exist in that location.
Is Worlds a filter, or will it be an actual world where the avatars can walk around?
Yeah. So Worlds is an example of a filter of the world, but in a filter of the world, we are enabling 3D as well. So you're going to be able to go into a more 3D environment. We've not shown that yet, but we'll show that relatively soon. But I'll in a future webinar, keep in touch, and we'll show you how that works. And we'll enable avatars to walk around in that 3D world. So as an example of what I mean is, Krishna, if you created a world for Green Zone, you could leave content for Green Zone anywhere in the world. I could view that content on my mobile phone if I'm in that location. I could view that content on the screen on my desktop, view it in 3D on the screen, or I could jump into the map in a 3D environment and see that content as well. And again, we have that. So I've seen it, and we'll make it live relatively soon. It's just coming. We're launching Worlds first, and then we'll likely launch that next.
Okay, that was the last question that we received. So I think it's a good moment to wrap it up. If you guys have any more questions, then feel free to, if you have questions to Matthew, then contact Matthew. I see there's a typo, so
Yes,
please
yes.
contact Matthew on the email that is in his name.
Yes.
And if you have questions to us, to SuperWorld, please contact us on support@superworldapp.com or on our socials. And also, whether those are questions regarding in general SuperWorld, or if you have some technical questions, feel free to reach out to us. Both Magma and SuperWorld are going to be there for you and help you to enter the world of virtual real estate smoothly.
All right.
So
thank you, guys.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Matt. It was great having you.
Thank you
It was
so
great
much.
meeting you. Great opportunity to meet you as well from my side.
Yeah,
we need to do that often.
Yes, definitely be back. I think people are going to have more and more questions, and
Yes.
we're going to want to, see as the technology evolves. One thing I want to say at the end is, again, we have an offer for digital twin tokens. It's 20% off for the first 10 SuperWorld customers that want to get involved in building a digital twin token. And along with that digital twin token purchase comes a basic visual version, the 3D digital twin. So that's an offer that is available for the first 10 customers. Scan the QR code, get involved. I would love to see you. If you own physical real estate, commercial real estate, any type of real estate, come over, get a digital twin, start housing your data, and you'll start being able to take advantage of this technology. So highly urge you to do that. If you have any questions, reach out to us. We'd love to talk to you.
Monetize your data.
Yep.
Exactly.
All right.
Okay, and with these words, let's close today's webinar. Thank you once again, and have a great day, evening, night. Bye-bye.
Bye.